When Hollywood megastar Blake Lively walked into the Grand Elysee Palace in Paris, no one expected what would come next, a moment so striking, so symbolic. It had fashion houses, diplomats, and everyday fans buzzing across the globe, standing by her side France's First Lady Brigitte Macron, a figure known for grace, strength, and redefining the role of modern womanhood in global politics. But this wasn't just a photo op. It was a statement. In a time when influence is shifting and the lines between fashion, power, and diplomacy are blurring, these two women met not once but twice, each time radiating poise, unity, and purpose. Blake with her signature bold elegance, Brigitte with her timeless French sophistication. Together they weren't just walking carpets, they were walking conversations. Why was Blake Lively invited to dine at the presidential palace? What role is she playing in shaping France's cultural diplomacy? And what does this double appearance really mean for fashion, for politics, and for women around the world? Because when a Hollywood icon and a first lady align, something powerful happens. This isn't gossip. This is global storytelling, so buckle up. We're diving into the double serve that has everyone talking, how Blake and Brigitte are blending style and strategy, and why their alliance is more than just headlines, it's history in the making. One walks the red carpets of Cannes dazzling in couture gowns and witty charm. The other stands with global leaders, commanding attention with her elegance, intelligence, and quiet strength. But when Blake Lively and Brigitte Macron crossed paths twice in just 1 week, the world took notice. To powerful women, to influential figures, to fashion icons. And one message: feminine power doesn't follow rules, it rewrites them. In Paris this week, during a high-profile event for fashion diplomacy, Blake Lively and Brigitte Macron appeared not once but twice together. And let's just say it wasn't just about the style, it was about substance. While some headlines focused on their designer outfits, a deeper story emerged, one of mutual admiration, cross-cultural inspiration, and a subtle yet impactful alignment between celebrity and stateswoman. So how did Blake Lively go from Hollywood royalty to French diplomatic guest of honor? Why is Brigitte Macron being praised for her bold public appearances alongside stars like Blake? And what messages were being quietly exchanged behind those powerful smiles? Let's break it all down: the double appearance, the powerful subtext, and what this says about women diplomacy and the changing face of influence. It all started at a dinner hosted at the Elysee Palace, the official residence of the French president. Blake Lively, fresh off her latest project and styled by her longtime fashion team, arrived in an elegant navy suit dress by Schiaparelli paired with bold gold accents. Brigitte Macron, never one to shy away from modern chic, greeted Blake wearing a tailored Louis Vuitton ensemble that mirrored Lively's style, but spoke in the distinct language of Parisian elegance. But that wasn't the end. Just days later, the two women met again at the Paris Fashion Summit, where world leaders, designers, and industry icons discussed the future of fashion, sustainability, and diplomacy. And once again, Blake and Brigitte stole the spotlight, not just for their stunning outfits but for the energy they brought. Blake wore a modern reinterpretation of classic French tailoring, clean lines, no unnecessary flair, just power dressing at its finest. Brigitte chose a white blazer with gold buttons, minimalist, confident, and undeniably French. Fashion blogs exploded, social media trended #Blake and Brigitte, and stylists across continents began analyzing every detail. But this wasn't just about who wore what, it was about how they wore it and why they were together in the first place. You may wonder, what's Blake Lively doing at a French political event? Well, Blake isn't just an actress, she's a businesswoman and advocate for child protection and fashion sustainability, and an unofficial ambassador of American elegance. France, and especially the Macron administration, has made bold moves to invite influential public figures into diplomatic spaces, not just world leaders, but cultural changemakers. Blake was reportedly invited due to her growing involvement in ethical fashion and women's rights initiatives, as well as her positive representation of modern femininity. She's a global name with a wide reach and a powerful message. Brigitte Macron, on the other hand, has long used her position to highlight education, health, and culture. She has also supported projects aimed at empowering girls and women around the world. So when these two women were seen seated side by side, sharing laughs, exchanging compliments, and even holding private conversations, it was more than just a publicity moment, it was symbolic. It was East meets West, power meets presence, and elegance meets activism. And for young women watching, it was a refreshing reminder you can be powerful, stylish, smart, and socially engaged all at once. While it's easy to get distracted by glitz and glamour, political insiders suggest that Blake and Brigitte's interactions were not accidental. According to reports, the summit they attended focused on the intersection of fashion diplomacy and sustainability, an area Blake has become increasingly vocal about. Brigitte Macron has quietly championed efforts to bring fashion into the arena of global dialogue, recognizing that it's one of France's greatest exports and soft power tools. By inviting Blake Lively, a known advocate for clean fashion and ethical production, France sent a message: modern diplomacy includes culture, innovation, and strong feminine voices. The conversations reportedly included topics like empowering young women in creative industries, promoting eco-conscious fashion manufacturing, using fame for global good. In a world often divided by politics and partisanship, these kinds of alliances, built on common values rather than party lines, are quietly changing how influence operates. Blake and Brigitte's friendship, blossoming in front of flashing cameras, could be a glimpse of a more thoughtful, softer kind of diplomacy, one that doesn't shout, but still shapes global conversations. Blake Lively and Brigitte Macron may seem like an unexpected duo, but they've started a conversation that extends far beyond a runway or gala. They've shown that diplomacy isn't just for men in suits or press conferences. It can happen at a dinner table, at a fashion show, or even in a shared laugh between two women who know what it means to be watched, critiqued, and underestimated. Their dual appearance wasn't about upstaging anyone, it was about collaboration. A reminder that glamour and gravitas can walk hand in hand. And the best part, this may just be the beginning. There are already whispers that Blake could return to Paris later this year for an international panel on women in business. And Brigitte, she's continuing to evolve her role from First Lady to cultural diplomat. So whether you follow Blake for her movies or Brigitte for her political presence, one thing's clear: these women are rewriting the playbook.